Hey everyone, Tyler here from Tyler Dice Golf. Today's video is going to be on how to improve your ball striking, okay? A little bit of house cleaning before we start. If you're watching this video or you see these videos pop up, there is a little tab button thing that pops up that says, do you want to get notified for more of these videos? Just hit yes, and that way you'll get notified. They won't automatically pop up, but you'll just get a little notification on when I do these videos. Also, if you enjoy these videos, just hit the like button. That helps it go out to more people. So if you're enjoying what you see, just hit the like button, and you'll be helping me out and helping other people out at the same time. So, ball striking, right? Ball striking is important. For a long time, we couldn't accurately stat ball striking. We just didn't have very good stats. And now with the invention of the strokes gained stats, we have a ton of great information on ball striking. And so we're finding out that ball striking for a lot of players plays a tremendous role in how well they play. And so we're understanding golf a lot better. So there's being a lot more of a push to help people with their ball striking. So let's help you out, right? So grab an 8-iron here. First things first. I say this in a lot of videos, and I have a special series on this, but the foundation, your fundamentals, that's the most important. That's like the foundation that we build everything on, fundamentals, and that's crucial to your ball striking. So that would be your stance, ball position, alignment, posture, and grip. Those 5 fundamentals are the foundation for good ball striking. If you don't have good fundamentals, your ball striking will be inconsistent at best. So you want to make sure that your fundamentals are good. You want to make sure that your stance isn't too wide and it isn't too narrow. You're not aiming too far left and you're not aiming too far right. Your ball position is not too far forward and not too far back. You want to make sure you're not too far hunched over or standing too tall. You want to make sure your grip's not kind of coming in something like this or something like this or like that, or I see all manner of things. Even cross-handed. I see some people play cross-handed. I don't know why, but I see it. And so, yeah, you want to make sure that your fundamentals are where they are for you. Everyone's fundamentals are going to be a little bit different than the next person. So there's some experimenting going on. There's some trial and error that goes on. If you want to figure out what works best for you, stick with it and grind with it, because the more you do the same thing over and over again, if it works, it's just going to keep working better for you. So your fundamentals are really, really important. Another crucial aspect of ball striking is contact, where you're hitting the ball in the club face. So I was noticing my, if you can see it on the camera, I don't know if you can tell. Let me hold the camera up real close. Yeah, you can see it on the camera. My strikes were a little towards the heel, right? So I'm working on getting the strikes a little bit more centered. What happens when I hit them more centered? The ball's going to go a little bit farther. It's going to, for me, it's going to come up a little bit higher, and it's just going to give me a better, more consistent distance return every single time. And so, you know what I was doing that was causing that? I was just setting up with the golf ball too far to the heel. And so I just made a slight adjustment, got that golf ball a little bit more out towards the toe, and yeah, voila, that was it. Started hitting some really, really straight, really solid 8-irons. That's pretty good, right? That's pretty good. 180 in the air, 89.6 mile/hour club head speed, smash factor 1.34, which I don't know if you can get much higher than that with an 8-iron at my club head speed. Great spin rate, 100 feet in the air, stayed in the air 6.2 seconds. Descent angle of 46.1. That's awesome. So that means that ball went up, and kept on going. And then when it reached its apex, it just went straight down. So I had a low spin number and that pretty steep descent. So when that golf ball hits the green, it just hit and stops. That's what I want. My golf course, a lot of the golf courses that we play here in North Carolina, they're not super firm all year. And there's not a ton of slope on a lot of our golf courses. And so I don't necessarily have to worry about the ball skipping anywhere, hitting them low. So that's why I hit them like this. So when we do play golf courses, because Donald Ross has a lot of golf courses in our area, they have little knobs and bumps and whatnot on the greens. And that steeper angle of descent the golf ball's on, helps mitigate all those little bumps and stuff that we have on our greens around here. So solid contact's really, really important. What else is really important with ball striking? Your swing plane. So let me bring up the different view here. Oh, sorry, wrong. This will work. So you can see here, my swing path is ever so slightly in to out, right? Kind of. So, but it's really neutral. So your swing plane is really, really important to consistency and better ball striking. The more inconsistent your swing path is in the shorter clubs, the greater your dispersion is going to be as you get into the longer clubs. In yesterday's video, I pointed out how much greater the dispersion is with a 4-iron versus an 8-iron, and with the swing pass and club faces being similar, how much more offline that 4-iron is going to go. And it's because your dispersion is kind of like a triangle, right? So, or like, think of it like a triangle. So you start at the same point and it goes out, right? And the farther you hit it, the greater your dispersion becomes. And so that's why you want to have that your swing pass be very, very consistent, because that'll help tighten up that triangle. And so instead of having a nice wide dispersion on the longer clubs, it helps narrow that up. And so a little bit tighter of a swing path may not make any difference inside like 130 yards. You may see zero difference. But when you get to longer irons and hybrids, you can see a 10, 15 foot difference in your dispersion. Okay, so that's why the little things like a swing path make a really big deal. Okay, so we talked about the fundamentals, 5 fundamentals. We talked about hitting shots solid on the club face, making sure you're not being stupid like I was and having the ball be too far to the heel. And we talked about your swing path. Those 3 things are really, really important to helping you be repeatable. Lastly, if you really want to touch on it, we can touch on your attack angle. Okay, so let me bring up a different screen here. There it is, attack angle. So here is my angle of attack, right? It's attack angle, all negatives. And for the most part, right around in the 3s, right? And so my average is -3 degrees attack angle with an 8-iron. Not bad. You probably want it somewhere between 3 and 4.5, somewhere in there off the top of my head. Excuse me. But yeah, so you want to make sure that attack angle stays very, very similar, within a degree or 2 of each other on every shot. Because if that attack angle gets too wonky, i.e. you hit one that's like 5 degrees down and then one that's 2 degrees down, that 3 degrees difference is going to start causing ball flight issues, which is really going to hurt your ball striking stats, okay? So if you go from 5 degrees down to 2 degrees down, what's going to happen is that golf ball is going to want to start a little bit more left, and it's going to want to turn over more to the left. Okay, so you may be thinking that you're doing something weird with your golf swing, or you're messing with your club path or your club face at impact, and when in reality it's just your attack angle. Okay, and you could have a little bit more or less lateral movement than you need for your normal swing. Okay, so that's about it. Again, focus on the fundamentals, like I said. Club face, like where the ball is positioned on the club face. Make sure it's not too far to the heel or not too far to the toe. Okay. We talked about swing path, making sure that's as consistent as possible, and we talked about your attack angle. And if you do all that right, you're going to get some pretty decent results more often. And that's what we're going for here. So a little push there, but again, 179, within 1 yard of the last one, right? So I did all that talking, hit a shot, it's 1 yard difference. No big deal. So it's a few more yards to the right, whatever. But that's what we're talking about here. So make sure that you do the right things, the simple things, easy things right. Because it's easy to get your fundamentals right, okay? Very, very easy. Once you iron out what your fundamentals are supposed to be, you don't have to change them, okay? You never have to change them. So get that down, and then it's easy. It's easy fix changing where you line the ball up on the club face. Easy fix. It was like 15 shots that were awkward, okay? So what's that, 8 minutes, 9 minutes? So that was an easy fix for me. Your swing path, with your consistent fundamentals, your swing path becomes a lot easier to get consistent, okay? And then your attack angle is something that, unless you have a machine like this that can measure your attack angle, you're not going to really know about it. That's why I just threw it in at the end as like, hey, if you have access to a machine like a flight scope or a TrackMan or whatever, that you can get that data. But if you don't have it, you don't necessarily have to worry about it. But those first three things are super important and super critical to improving your ball striking. Now that we're done, that's all I got for you on this one. If there's any questions, go ahead and ask them. I'll check right now if there's any questions that have popped through. Yep, so no questions have popped through yet. So yeah, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to hit a few shots, and if any questions come through as I'm hitting shots, I will check the camera and answer them. If no questions come through, then we'll just end the video, and that will be that. Like I said, if you watch this video, watching it, and you liked it, and you enjoyed the video, it was good content, hit like or love or wow or whatever. Those are good for helping this video get sent out to more and more people, because that's what that's what I do it for. I do it to help people out. So if you like it, like the video, and make sure you always hit yes. You want to get notified when I do more of these videos, because they're easy to do, and it's easy to get this information out to you, because it comes right to your phone, right to your computer, so it's great. Also, I repost these videos onto a playlist on YouTube, and every once in a while I'll be reposting that link onto the Facebook page, so you don't have to go scrolling through everything, days and days and days of posts to find that link. So I'll be reposting it there. So yeah, so like I said, I'm gonna hit some shots, and we're trying out. We're doing some ball testing. Last thing before I let you go, we're doing some ball testing, and we're gonna be trying out a bunch of different golf balls and seeing how the numbers stack up for me in here. My goal is to hit every club in my bag, and the wedges hit a bunch of different yardages, and see how consistent and or to see how well each golf ball performs for me in here. So trying to get something like that's going to take a while. It's a lot of golf shots, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to hit probably 10 to 15 shots with each club, with each ball, and take so like maybe top 3, 4, 5 shots, average those numbers together, and that's what I'm going to say is the peak performance of that golf ball for me in here, and then present you guys with the averages. So yeah, it's going to be a lot of work, it's going to be a lot of fun, and I get to hit a lot of golf balls doing it, so it should be a pretty good experience. So if anyone out there has any golf balls that want me to try out, you can send them to me, message me. We can talk about it, you can send them to me and I'll try them out. But as of right now, it'll be a couple of TaylorMade golf balls. We got some of these Kirkland signature golf balls. We'll try these out. Some Strixon Z-Star XV. These are an awesome golf ball. Got a Bridgestone in there, and some Pro V1Xs. And so yeah, we'll try out golf balls, and as we get more, we'll go through the gamut of testing with those as well. So hopefully we'll have some eye-opening, some really interesting data to share with you guys on the golf balls, and more than just distance numbers. Okay, it'll be more than just distance, because that's what's important. You don't want to just look at distance and say, oh, this is the best golf ball. What matters is how's the golf ball spinning, how's it flying in the air, how easy is it to draw or fade or whatever. And the draw and fade part, that'll probably be, if I can add something like that in and figure out a good way to quantify that data, I'll make sure I do it for you. How consistent are the chip shots? How does the golf ball feel on my pitch shots? Okay, things like that. And I can putt in here too. So I'll putt with each golf ball and tell you, how does the golf ball feel putting? Because it may feel bad, or may feel firm, or may feel soft. And you may want a firm golf ball, or you may want a soft golf ball. So all that stuff I will put together and let y'all know. It'll be a little while, and so it'll be a little while producing all the data because it's gonna take some time. Because 13 clubs in the bag, well, 12 clubs for me. Actually, I got a 3-wood here I can try out. So 13 clubs, 10 to 15 shots each club, and then the wedges, which will be probably 50, 60 shots each wedge. So it's a couple hundred shots for each golf ball to figure out which one, all the data for each one. So yeah, so like I said, I'm gonna hit some shots. I'll check the camera once again. If any questions come through, and if anything comes through, just let me know, and I'll answer the questions. Yeah, so that's 4 shots in a row. 5, 6 of the last 7 are within 1 yard of each other, carry distance. So 179 to 180. That's not bad, right? Exact same spin numbers. This is with that Kirkland golf ball. These are pretty solid golf balls with an 8-iron. Tried swiping that one. That one got up there to 189. That's not bad. It's nice to see what you're practicing like this when you're getting loose. So like once you're loosening around, it's nice to see like, hey, if I go after this 8-iron, how far can I hit it? And when I'm just hitting shots, how far are my average shots going? And seeing what that difference is. All right, first hybrid of the day. This club has been my nemesis, but I've been working on it a lot yesterday, and I think I kind of figured out what was kind of happening with my game that was causing this club to give me some of the issues. So now that I've jinked myself, let's see if we can live up to the hype. That was no good. Let's try that again. Yeah, starting to figure it out. 2 in a row, dead straight. That's pretty good. Any questions? Questions? No questions. All right, everybody. So we'll end this Facebook Live now. So thanks for everybody that watched it. Thanks for tuning in after the fact. I'll let you go. Have a good weekend.